Hey guys, what's going on? Your boy John here at Maximum Overdrive, and today we got, yep, you guessed it, the Tesla Plaid opened up. We're going to be talking about the yoke steering wheel, what I think about it, what a lot of people have said about it, and how it functions, and what do you feel like when you actually drive this car around with that weird looking steering wheel? So stay tuned. We got the content coming right at you. Hey, what's up guys? John back here to take you through the Tesla Plaid yoke steering wheel. I've got a lot to say about this thing. So first of all, let's start at a high level overview. One thing I'll say is it's a little chilly in this garage right now, and this thing is plushly heated, so it feels great on the hands. But you know, at first when almost everybody who's either driven this or sat in this car, they're completely uncomfortable when they first grab this wheel, and I understand it because I was as well. It is uncomfortable at first, but after, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, it starts to set in that it's actually a very comfortable wheel. There's really two ways of holding it. You can hold it from the sides and you can hold it from the bottom. So either way works. I find when I'm dragging, when I'm pulling, this is what I like to do. If I'm just kind of comfort cruising, I'm doing this. Now, one of the things with your traditional steering wheel when you're driving down the road, some of you, and I'm not saying do this, but some of you may, use your knee from time to time. That you cannot really do with the yoke steering wheel. It's really meant to have really both hands on it, and it actually, again, starts to feel very comfortable after a few minutes of having your hands in either position. So some of the other functions and things that are on it, of course, you got your turn signals here, your right or your left turn signals. You got your low beam / high beam there as well, and then you've got your volume up and down control over here, as well as and this other does by the way, it also does several other things besides just volume up and down, but we'll get to that in just a second. The other rolly ball, if you will, over here, this is what turns on the autopilot. You double click on it and the car basically goes into autopilot, and that's what basically steers you or takes you down the road. Now, I'll take you through autopilot another time, but that's just how you get to it. The other thing is you hit the horn button. Oh yeah, as you would expect, that's what happens. I've got some sounds programmed in, but yeah, the horn does actually honk, and you can program in several other sounds into the horn to make it sound like whatever you want. Right now, as I understand, it's just 5 different sounds. Same when the car is moving, you can program in your top 5 favorite sounds. So you can obviously see that McLaren sitting right there in front of me. I could capture the exhaust of that, record it, and then put it inside the Tesla, inside the USB, which can either fit down here in the column, and ooh, there's my gloves, but it can fit down here where there's a USB insert, or it can fit inside the glove box over there. So either way works, but yeah, the 5 sounds are pretty cool. Also on here, you've got when you push the the wiper blade button, of course you would expect this to happen, and you can change it, change the wiper settings with that left control. So it does more than just change the volume of whatever music or somebody you're talking to does. It also allows you to change that wiper control. The other piece that's key here is the microphone. So if you want to use voice commands, you hit that and you can talk into it and tell it whatever you want to do. Okay, cool. So the other thing, question people have asked is, can you actually move this? Because there's no buttons. If you look underneath here, anywhere on the side, there's really no buttons, to move the yoke. So what do? So you basically go to your massive computer screen here, which has everything inside of it, and what you do is you go to pedals and steering, and then controls, my apologies, and inside of here is the actual steering column. Now you can see it's telling me, and I'll get a little closer shot for you, it's saying, hey, go to that rolly ball button and use the up and down. So if you're watching the steering wheel now, if I press up, it starts to go up. If I press down, starts to go down, and you can shift it like that. Then if I hold down the left, it starts to come out at me, and if I hold down the right, it starts to go back in, which is pretty cool. It's pretty quick to do, pretty simple. And then of course you get your comfort feel. You can kind of save that and leave it as is. I find it pretty good normally about this setting right here, and then I like to lift it up to where it's just almost flush with the gauge cluster that's in front of you. The other thing that a lot of people don't think about when they're looking at this steering wheel, because remember, you're missing a pretty pretty, you know, half of the circle almost, if you will. In this case, it's not really a circle, but you get my point. Which, by the way, check the McLaren steering wheel out. I'll show that picture there for you to get that picture of a traditional steering wheel, but which, by the way, the McLaren steering wheel is exceptional. It's very well done. But one of the things I will say that you get used to is because you don't have that portion of the steering wheel that's coming up here, you actually get a much wider field of view. It doesn't seem like it, but it really is. The view that you get is much more pristine, and it's much more just the things are coming from you, especially when you're accelerating as fast as this car will and does. So again, that's done from the computer screen. Once you're done, you can save that. Of course, now it's saved, locked in. As soon as it gets done, it'll flip screens. And of course, one other feature to mention, which I do like to mention when we're doing these things, and I'll definitely take you through the autopilot sometime, as much as Elon Musk probably hate me for doing it, is down here. It's where my phone is. There's an actual phone charger. So either one of these slots where my hand is over here, there's a phone charging slot. And then of course where my phone is right now, it's sitting in a phone charger slot. No cables. It's just charging by placing on this this pad here, and it charges. So I think that's a pretty nice feature indeed. So, you know, overall the steering wheel is plush. It feels good. It warms right up. Feels good on your hands. Once you get used to it, it's almost a little weird getting in other cars with traditional steering wheels, because this just makes you feel like so much more like, I don't know, you're piloting or things like that. Really kind of wish you could push in to go forward, you know, go real fast forward and pull out to go back, or pull up like you're going to launch. But that's more for an airplane. But yeah, a lot of people were joking around about that. But no, it actually does function very well. It's pretty cool. The other thing I want to mention and show you guys is the let me get out of that, is I like the computer screen here. Obviously we'll get to that another time, but there's another mode inside of here, and I'm going to go to the romance mode, because this thing says get cozy. And when get cozy is turned on, not only does the beautiful fireplace start crisping at you, and oh my gosh, does it feel nice. I can actually feel all the heat and the wind coming out at me right now, and it's nice and warm. And of course that steering wheel is heating up even more, which you can set the temperature basically of the steering wheel, so it gets to your liking. So yeah, that's in a nutshell a high level overview. So in general, I'll jump out of here, give you my final thoughts on what I've heard people say, what I think about it, and then yeah, we'll wrap this up. Hey guys, what's up? We're back outside the car, just kind of wrap up, give you the finishing thoughts on the yoke, the steering wheel, again, kind of what I think and what others think. But at the end of the day, it's really going to be what you think when you put your hands on it the first time. Again, it's a very interesting, it's very unique. You'll find it much different than the other steering wheels, obviously, because it is much different. So in my opinion, I really like it. Again, it does take that time to get used to. But I actually get excited to get inside of that car, not only because it's fast, not only because it's got a lot of torque. I mean, it is a monster, there's no doubt about it. But just driving that thing, putting your hands on that steering wheel like that, it feels unique, it feels different, it feels comfortable, frankly. I think you'll feel the same way once you get your hands on it, and once you get to take it for a test drive. Again, that first 10 to 15 minutes, it feels weird, and it just about every person that, like I said before, has sat in it and touched it, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get used to this. But after a little bit, they do, and they're like, wow, yeah, this is different. And then you go back and get in your other car, and you're back to your traditional steering wheel, and there's just such a big difference, and you'll notice it. I certainly notice it, even when I get in the other cars, which right now I am driving the Plaid a little bit more just to play, learn it, and have fun. But I really enjoy that yoke steering wheel. I think it's cool, it's convenient, and it certainly opens up that field of view. So let me know your thoughts in the comment. If you've had the time, if you've sat in it, and if you've got to play and tinker with it, what do you think about it? That's what's most important at the end of the day. You know what I think about it now. I think it's a winner. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. Almost a 10. I'd like a little bit more adjustment on the steering wheel. Other than that, the size of it is a little bit wider than what you'd expect. But hey, it is what it is at the end of the day, and it's something that I enjoy, and I think you will too. So hey, remember, no matter what you do, no matter what you drive, keep it in maximum overdrive. Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to watch. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this channel. We'll keep the content coming, and I'm sure you're going to love what you see.